It is the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM, and we're getting things underway by crossing into Kangaland, where the president of the Ouyen United Netball Club now joins me. Julia Woodall, great to be back with you again. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
We're all going pretty well, and it's always a good sign that the weekend is going to be a really big one when Ouyen United are getting wins. And Julia, your club very much is doing that right now. Another successful weekend last time out. You'll be looking to back it up this weekend, which we'll discuss later on. But firstly, tell us about how the club performed last weekend in Sunraysia netball.
Yeah, we had a really good win in the A and in the B grade. Unfortunately, I think B grade's chances of the finals have just been nipped to the post. We've just fallen, or possibly 2 points short if we win the last two games at the end of the season. So we're a bit devastated about that, but it was really good to get the win against Robinvale in the A and the B. But C-Res, I reckon, was the game of the day. They were goal for goal and just missed out by 2 goals, 34-32. So yeah, devastated about that one, but that was the best game that they've played all season. So they had a really, really good crack.
Can so often go that way with those really close games. Just focusing in on the A grade though, Julia, just tell us how that game went, because obviously we know you went into it knowing that, again, it's a grand final like every week is going to be throughout now and the remainder of the season. We're talking about 2 rounds that are left. So there's that pressure cooker involved, obviously. How did the girls adapt, and what was the final score in the end?
Yeah, it was really close in the first half. Robinvale came out really strong, and they were goal for goal in the first 2 quarters, but I think probably at quarter time, actually, they regrouped and went back to basics and just turned one on for the rest of the day. They ended up winning 50-41, so got 9 goals up, and they had a really awesome shooting percentage and just were really accurate to be able to make use of the turnovers and consolidate like that. I think that's one of our strengths, is to really not get caught up in what's happening in the game and just to settle it and get those goals.
Well, Redcliffs are your opponent this weekend, but they had a game against Mildura last weekend. What was the final score there?
They went down 30 goals. Mildura 61 to Redcliffe 31, which is probably not too bad considering Mildura had a really ripping game last week. But I think Redcliffe has struggled a little bit this year, sitting at the bottom of the A grade ladder. So hopefully we can get a win tomorrow, but they're always really good opponents.
No doubt. Let's take a look at some of the other games. So we had Dalrymple up against Wentworth. What was the final score here? Because it seems like every week we're talking about teams just hoping to keep Wentworth within the 50 goal range. So how did that one go?
It was Wentworth 58 to Dalrymple's 28. So they nearly kept them underneath the 50 goal limit, but Wentworth has really powered on. As I think I've said that every week, but they're really a powerhouse. But it's really good for Dalrymple to only go down by 30 goals. They're not in the top 4 on the ladder, so they must have been really competitive, as I've said before, with their young side to be able to make it a competitive game and by the looks keep their goalers fairly quiet. That's a good effort by them.
Merbeen v Imperials was the other game. Just cap this one off for us.
Merbeen 66 to Imperials 35. So Merbeen again kept on with their winning streak and they got a really good win by the looks. So they're sitting 4th on the A grade ladder. So I think they're only 1 win away from Dalrymple. So hopefully it might change before the end of the season. Maybe Irimple might slot in, but we'll have to wait and see.
All right, let's have a look at the ladder, Julia. So what does it mean going into this weekend? Because we know, again, that it's a case of every game is one that your side needs to win to ensure that you go into the finals in the best position that you can and, at least certainly qualify for finals first and foremost. So just let us know how the ladder currently looks going into round 17.
Yep, we've got Wentworth at the top on 56 points, still undefeated, with Mildura second on 50 points. We're third on 32 points, which is the same as Merbein at fourth, so both on 32 points, which is closely followed by Irimple on 30 points. So the middle rung of the ladder could change at any moment, but hopefully we can keep our spot where it is. And then we have South Mildura, Imperials, Robinvale, Euston and Redcliffe for the bottom half of that ladder.
All right, now you must have been looking at that game quite intently last weekend, Mildura v Redcliffe. Obviously, we spoke about the fact that it wasn't the worst effort by Redcliffe, who's your opposition tomorrow. But you would like the fact, would you not, that they're coming into this game off a loss, or does that give you the opposite problem where they're going to be really motivated? Because it can go either way, but it tends to be the case that after you've been mauled, it's pretty hard to pick yourself back up. So perhaps a pretty good position for your team going into this game after getting a win, of course, yourselves last weekend, Julia.
Yeah, hopefully. I think we're feeling fairly confident. The girls have really been working on their systems and things like that at training. And but look, that both of their defenders in Yelena Richardson and Michaela Mole for Redcliffe got their best on last week. So hopefully our shooters can respond well to their tight defence. So hopefully we can get the win.
Yes, we certainly will look at that with a lot of anticipation to see how your club performs after, you've put yourselves in this position now where you do need to keep winning, but things are looking pretty decent right now. Let's take a look at some of the other games. Again, I would say game of the round would feature Mildura in their game against Imperials. Do you agree with that one for this week, Julia?
Yeah, I think Mildura will have a fairly cruisy win on that one.
Okay, and then we've got Wentworth up against Merbein. Doesn't look like this one's going to be too much trouble for the home side. No,
I don't think they'll lose their winning streak now. And I think perhaps Merbein might finish their winning streak. That's my tip anyway.
And then we've got South Mildura going to Robinvale Euston. Who wins this one? Because this one's got me scratching my head a little bit. I never know with either of these two, Julia.
Yeah, with Robinvale coming out firing last week against us, I think it could be a really good game against South, but South are sitting fairly comfortably above them on the ladder, so I'm going to tip South.
Rimple will sit out this weekend. Well, Julia, enjoy playing and watching all the netball across Sunraysia netball this weekend, because we know there's going to be thrills and spills, and we'll look forward to chatting with you again next week. All the best.
Yeah, thanks very much. Cheers.